Will you be going back into the recording studio before you head out on the road?
Well, before I head out on the road, I've got another album to offer, which comes out in October. That's album number 6. We haven't really decided on the name for it yet, but it's full of surprises.
Explain to me what kind of music will be on this album. Is it going to be what you've kind of done in the past or something different?
It's going to be a mixture of things. There's 2 tracks. There's one by Pink Floyd and one by U2.
So you're covering Pink Floyd and U2?
Yes. People don't expect that, you see. That's a wee element of surprise.
What made you decide to cover Pink Floyd and U2?
Because the songs appealed and they were challenging to do.
Is there anybody contemporary on the charts right now that you're a huge fan of?
I like quite a few people. I mean, one person sticks out really at the moment, and I went to see her very, very recently, was Dolly Parton. I went to see Dolly Parton when she came to Glasgow. What a showgirl. I mean, she was really good.
Did you get to meet her?
I didn't get to meet her, unfortunately, because there wasn't really a lot of time. I wish I had met her now, because she's quite a lady.
She really is. Is that somebody you admire?
I admire Dolly Parton. I admire quite a few people, Donny Osmond, all these people. No problem.
Have you met Donny Osmond yet? I know you're a fan.
I've met Donny Osmond. I've had the pleasure of working with him. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah? What was it like working with him?
Well, it was quite something to realise it was somebody beside you you used to idolise as a teenager. I mean, my room was purple. You know, I had all the Osmond's records and everything. It was really good.
Did you tell him that you had idolized him? How did he respond?
I didn't really say him in so many words that I idolised him. It's just that I loved working with him, and it was good. It was good to get some advice from him as well, to see how he did things.
Now, have you stayed in touch with Simon Cowell, who of course was a judge on Britain's Got Talent?
He does phone me from time to time, but he's a very busy guy. You know, he doesn't really always get round to phoning you all that much. But when he does, it's quite an impression.
Do you ask him for any advice musically?
At
when you're making albums?
At the moment, I don't need to. It's just check out to see how you're getting on and stuff like that. See how you're settling in. If you're enjoying it, of course, that's the idea. Because I love working for him. I think Simon's really good.
He's asking you if you're enjoying all this. Are you enjoying all this?
Of course. I want some more.
Did you send Simon a baby gift? You know he's a new dad.
I sent him a card. Yeah, I think Eric's really, really nice.
Think he'll make a good dad?
I think he'd make a fantastic dad.
What has been the best part of everything that has happened to you? Because a lot has happened in the 5 years since you got famous. What's been the best part of it all for you?
The best part of it all is travelling, especially to America. I love America. I love the people in America. The reception I got from some of the fans. You know, they just seemed to take to me. It was really good.
I read where you said you might even want to move here?
Well, there's a possibility, but I'm just toying with the idea at the moment.
Where would you move? Where in the United States were you thinking of?
I'd probably move to New York or something like that.
Good answer. What about New York do you like?
I like the busyness of it. I like the whole atmosphere. It's really good.
Does it remind you a little bit of London, a little bit of back home?
It's a little bit of like London, you know, and a little bit like Glasgow's, parts of Glasgow, you know.
It's been 5 years since Britain's Got Talent. Why hadn't you toured America before?
Like I said in the last answer, the time wasn't right. I had to do things in a measured and very, very thought out way. So the time wasn't right 5 years ago. I hadn't enough experience. I thought I'd build up the experience and then try the tour after that.
What are you looking forward to most about touring America?
I'm looking forward to seeing different towns, meeting new people, entertaining new people. I'm looking forward to presenting some good new songs to them. You know, the list is endless.
Is there one particular town that you haven't been to before that you're dying to see?
I haven't been to California before. I'd love to go there.
You haven't been to California?
I haven't been there in my life. I've never been there.
Wow. So what about California excites you?
Well, some people say the climate's nice and the people are nice, so we'll see what it's like.
How much rehearsing are you going to be doing before you go on tour?
Before I go on tour, I'll do about maybe 4 weeks rehearsal because it's mostly stuff I've done before, but revamped. So I'll know some of it before.
Is there something that while you're touring you're going to want to take on the road with you? Is there any specific foods or candles or something to help you get into the mood?
I'm fairly low maintenance. I'm okay.
So nothing.
Nothing really. No, because I don't really require anything.
Just your music.
Just me.
Just you. Just you. Like I said before, it's been 5 years since Britain's Got Talent. When we've been preparing for this interview, I was looking online. Your audition has over 150 million views, which is incredible online. What do you remember about that first audition?
I remember walking on stage rather cheekily, you know, facing up to the panel and saying who I was, you know, and then doing the song. But before that, I was backstage, and I remember how nervous I was before I went on. Everybody has a degree of nerves. I think it's good for you.
Do you remember the reception? Like, what is your memory of the reception that you got when everybody stood up and gave you an extended standing ovation?
Well, when I started the song, I didn't really expect, I didn't know what was going to happen. But when I finished the song and they all started standing up, I got a shock in my life because I didn't really think they would react in such a way.
And do you get a rise or a charge out of that kind of audience response, which is important because you will be getting that type of response when you go on tour?
Well, that type of response is very pleasant to have the very first time, the audition, but it's even more addictive to get it most of the time.
What has been the biggest change in your life since you appeared on Britain's Got Talent?
Well, I'm recognised more, people take my photograph more. I was able to buy myself a new house. I was able to employ people to look after the house and everything like that. I've really changed. I've turned my life around enormously.
Do people recognize you wherever you go now?
I get recognised, I get my picture taken, you know, stuff like that, which is really pleasant, very pleasant.
And do you mind, you know, having people come up to you and ask you for photos or autographs? Is that side of fame okay with you?
It goes with the territory, you know. I mean, if you're not nice to them, they won't buy your records, will they?
One other question I read, and I don't know if this is true, so I need you to tell me if it's true, that in preparation for the U.S. tour, you were toning down your accent. Is that true?
I've been trying to slow it down so that people can understand what I'm saying. How are you coping so far?
Very good. I understand everything. So are you taking elocution lessons, or are you just doing it yourself?
I'm just doing it myself. It's a lot cheaper, believe me.
Is it tough to do? Because I don't think I could change my speech pattern at this stage of life.
Well, I think it's difficult, but you can learn how to slow things down because you have to. Because even when I went down south to England, they couldn't understand what I was saying to begin with because I was a very rapid talker. But you learn it. It's a process you learn gradually.